Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. We fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First to fight for right and freedom.
On this episode of Cigars and Sea Stories, Bennett and Mike are sitting down to talk about the deployment starter set. I think I listed it as the Marine Corps starter set, but frankly, it's a deployment starter set. The only thing that I see Marine specific on this photograph, you're going to have to check it out. We'll post it on the website. We might post it on the show notes, but you know,
I'm sure we will, and it'll probably be the featured image as well. So
probably
it'll be there. There
are two M4s in this picture. Scavenger hunt. Let's see, what do we got here? We've got camis. I mean, it's necessary. You just, I guess other branches call them utilities, but we call them camis. We got the 8-point, which, can I just say that thing's salty as fuck? You know what I'm saying? Look at that bad boy.
When we deployed, I never deployed with that fucking thing.
What do you mean, an 8-point?
Never.
Oh, dude. The 8-point's where it's at, as far as I'm concerned. It's
I guess we did. I guess I had to when we were like walking around on the Air Force Base.
I enjoyed wearing an 8-point on deployment.
Yeah, we just didn't.
It was nice. If I could, I'd wear a campaign cover. Nah, I'm full of shit. Most
of the time it didn't cover, frankly.
No?
No.
Oh, dude.
If we were even in uniform.
See, it was always an 8-point and black rimmed sunglasses wherever I went. And then I was always the guy who got in trouble for putting my sunglasses on my head. And then I started putting my sunglasses. I figured this one out. Take the sunglass, like the bar or whatever, the stem, and put it down the sleeve on the inside where you button your blouse. So that the stem is down the inside of there. That was nice. That's nice. Can't put them in the left breast pocket. Get in trouble for that one. Plus, it looks poofy. You look like you got like one boobie. That's not cool. I'm just saying. You gotta have a place for your sunglasses. There's somebody out there who's scoffing me right now. Sometimes I would just put my shades inside of my 8-point, fold it over, and then stuff that mud trucker down inside of my right cargo pocket. So everything's all...
I hate putting shit in my cargo pockets.
Yeah,
that was fucking horrible.
You're going into a building like a quick brief or something. Yeah, like you're popping into the COC. You got to pop your cover off.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know about the cargo pocket. Steer clear of the cargo pocket. At all costs. That was me. At all fucking costs, steer clear of the cargo pocket. Just saying.
I only put my cover in there. Well, no, sometimes I have one of those, still to this day, I have one of those zip up Coyote.
Yeah, right.
I took an old piece of, like cami. I took just like old cami trousers.
Yeah.
Cut it to fit, and then shoe glued it to the outside so that it's all Marpat around the outside.
Yeah.
And it's got a Write in the Rain book on the inside with all of my pens and stuff. I still take that thing out to the field. Where, like, if I go hunting and I'm scoping out a spot, Andrew McDowell probably doesn't even realize this because we were hunting separately, but I bring that book with me to the field. It gives you something to do, and like, fuck off, dude. If you're hunting on the edge of a field, deer can't really see you. Like, you're sitting there, like you can do a whole lot of things in a deer blind. So one of the things that I do is a rough sketch, and then I figure out what each one of my estimated distances are, kind of DM style.
Such a fucking dork.
Dude, you got to know, man, when you're going out hunting, you want to take a kill shot.
I know. See, this is the funny thing. It's just the difference is you talk about it. Everyone else just does. And then you're talking about just
because there are other people out there who probably want to fucking know.
So all right, so what's up with this fucking what's that knife you got going on in that picture?
The Tom Brown tracker.
Oh my god.
It was a bad mud trucker.
cut fucking dudes' arms off with that thing?
No,
or
hell
what?
no. Well, that's a survival knife. In the movie The Hunted, it's used like a fighting knife or whatever, but it's kind of like a hatchet. It's a survival knife, man. That thing was great. You can ask the guys I was with, man. I actually used that, put it on the small of my back so that I could draw it with my left hand and still maintain control of my weapon. I mean, you're not gonna... Come on. You're not gonna fight anybody with that thing. That's why there's 2 knives in the picture. Duh. But, like...
Going after the fucking knife kill with that thing,
I'm
right?
going... surviving
Shit.
amongst the locals. I'll tell you what, though. You pull that thing out, the Afghans... I used to pull that knife out of the small of my back and draw my pistol at the same time. And you're not going to do anything with that fucking knife. Maybe defend yourself, like as a shield. It's better as a shield than it is a fucking knife. But you pull that out in a pistol?
Motherfuckers, no shit's getting real.
Yeah. Do not.
Ooh, I see your rules of engagement fucking card back there. In the back left-hand corner, in the fucking...
Oh my god, dude.
Gay
You're the
fucking
eagle
things,
eye.
Holy
You
fuck.
are the eagle
Look at that
eye.
thing. Look at that thing, man. Holy fuck, bro. In one of those gay
I can't
things
believe
that we had
you
to carry
see
around
that.
our neck. Remember that shit?
I can't believe you see that.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That's fucking badass. That is badass back there. And there's a knife right in front of it.
Yep.
I just cut that shit right up. Fuck that ROE card. And shove it in their assholes.
Do you see what else is over there? So it's got my flashlight, my little pocket flashlight, and then it's got the headlamp.
I see that. And then I see the alarm clock.
Yep.
You got the men's health formula 1 a day.
Sitting on top of sitting on top of a
Grizzly.
dip can.
Shit. That's
Yeah, and you want to know why there's
am.
grizzly in there? Because the Mobile PX never has fine cut Copenhagen. Ever.
Never.
Stupid.
Oh, fucking Grizzly or Kodiak. That was the other one that
Yep.
used to always get on.
The Arctic
get on
ice
my-
shit would go in
And
there.
I didn't smoke Cools. I smoked Newports.
Yeah. See, that's another
You know
tip.
what, though? I smoked menthols, and it really didn't matter what the fuck brand it was. Let's be honest. I really, how some people just give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck how it's polluting my lungs. I was putting that shit in there. Just fuck it.
Yeah.
Smoke it.
Oh,
Smoke
yeah.
it down. Dude. Oh, God.
If I could get a
cup. See, I had, what the fuck brand was my multivitamin that I had?
Yeah, that's the irony
It's
of it.
was like the GNC brand that was like Mega Man or some shit like that.
Right.
Totally made, because they were selling stuff finally in the PX that was GNC, like had their own little area, And then, what else? Oh, like Zenadrine or Hydroxycut or any one of those fucking,
Yeah.
any one of those fucking,
Diuretics.
it'd make your dick shrivel up and fucking you'd be zooted out of your fucking mind, because you got to realize that was before they had like Monsters and Rip-Its and shit like that. They did have Red Bull had just come out. The last big deployment that I did, they did have Red Bulls that had just come out. The problem is they're so fucking expensive. They were literally like, I don't know. Shit was expensive. And they were, how Red Bull's got the little cans. So we're like, fuck that. We'll just take Zenadrine or Hydroxycut. And that was when it still had ephedra in it. So that shit, you'd be fucking out of your fucking mind. You could take down half the goddamn world because you could breathe. You could breathe better than you've ever breathed before.
Yeah. Or like NO Explode.
Oh, yeah. Shit like that.
NO Explode. But don't go to the weight room. Go on patrol.
No. Go out on patrol.
Mhm.
So let all the fucking Hajis and fucking bad guys see the veins just popping out of your neck. The vein on the side of your neck looks like a 4-lane highway, pumping fucking blood into your brain.
This man, I did not know this man. He came into my home.
His vascular, he freaking had shit
threw
popping
me.
out of his arms and legs and fucking neck.
Oh, dude.
I've never seen such big veins.
And you know, it's like it's not man dresses are like long dress shirts, and when you grab them with mechanics gloves or flight gloves, and you feel the frailty underneath, the malnourishment that's going on there, and you're like, ah!
Yeah, literally. Like every time you grab
Tiny
somebody,
man.
those are the things. Like I just couldn't. You know, everyone's so thin. See, here's the thing. And everyone calls us fat Americans because they're so goddamn thin.
Right.
Because they eat like one meal a day that's like, you know, 350 calories. Right?
Right.
And everybody's so we're just so fucking big compared to a lot of other places in the world. Like the American soldier. Let's be honest, dude. We're giants in a lot of not compared to everyone, but compared to a lot of the countries that we go into, we're just massive individuals.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, because every one of us is like over 160, 170 pounds. You know, more than likely the average guy, especially like special ops stuff, the average dude's like 200 pounds.
Right.
You know what I mean? 6 foot at least usually. I mean, maybe 5'10" or more. And that's the thing. Like the worldwide population, I think the average height for a man is like 5'8". So when you have like 10 guys roll in and every one of them is between 5'10" and 6'4", and they all weigh 200 pounds or more, that's some scary shit.
Right.
And they all have about 100 pounds of gear on.
Right.
So if they start using that as, you know, momentum, you ain't stopping shit.
You're throwing
It's like a goddamn, it's like a fucking freight train, man. That's like Sterling Sharp headed for the end zone with a fucking football. You ain't stopping that dude, man. You better be a big motherfucker. You know? Now, see, I just dated myself by using that football analogy of Sterling Sharp.
No, it's classic.
It's back in the
timeless.
day, fucking one of those. It used to be one of my favorite commercials in the world. The Dennis Hopper commercial. Do you ever remember that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
Dennis Hopper dressed up like a referee talking about Sterling Sharp, and he like grabs onto the camera. He's like a freight train, man. and then it pans out a little bit, and he's like in this crazy, you know, Dennis Hopper does a good manic crazy guy. He's like a freight train, man. And then it goes choo 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 choo. It's like a Nike commercial or some shit. It's fucking hysterical.
Hey Bennett, do you see that brown thing on the front of my gun? What's that?
It's a pack something or other. See, all right. I left off with pack 4s. Right. If that tells you anything.
It does, frankly.
I had a pack 4. I had a pack 4 on the front of my rifle.
That, and somebody will probably laugh at me for this. That is a pack 16.
Yeah, pack 16. What's the Army on? Like a pack 40 right now?
Yeah, they're probably in the triple digits by now. I don't know.
A pack 16 was like, dude, that's so fucking old.
Theirs creates a force field in front of them,
exactly,
which is like a Spartan shield.
No, it gives you Predator armor.
Oh.
So it's like the holographic camouflage.
It's going to be like the Mark 19, though. They're going to be like, this is stupid. Here, you guys take it.
Right.
Whatever. You guys have it.
Mount this on your vehicle for urban terrain. This will be fun.
Dude, I'll tell you what's great. So, like, if anybody has ever read The Village, they'll know what I'm talking about. But Marines used to go on patrol wherever the Army were, especially the guys that were in the advisor teams and stuff, and they would just switch rifles. Just, hey, that Army guy's got a 203 attached to the bottom of that weird, like, you know, at the time it wasn't an M4, it was like an 82 carbine. They're like, fuck it. Bam. And then the Army would turn around and be like, hey, dude, what the? All right, I'll just turn it into the weapons sergeant. You know, like, what? What? That's how we were acquiring gear back in the day? I can barely steal wood from the Seabees. This is bullshit. You know? I mean, acquire. But, like...
Allegedly, I acquired
That's
wood.
such a good book. You guys got to check that out. The Village by Bing West. I should have put that in here. He's a good guy, too. We met him before deployment.
Are you talking about astronaut Bing West?
No. No, I'm not. Nope. I am not. I'm talking about Boston native Bing West. He was in Marine Recon. He was a captain during Vietnam. Got out, wrote a series of vignettes, and
there you go with that fucking word again, vignette.
Well, it's like a unfinished short story.
I know what the fuck a vignette is.
Well, maybe some people don't.
Maybe our listeners.
Maybe they're like, you mean a hamlet? Like one of them small villages where we done kicked in the door? No, a vignette. It's like a short story that it's just kind of like a debrief.
It's like a short story / poem /
It can't, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't poems, but yeah. Well, it's interesting because he plays the camera's eye throughout the entire book. So he himself is not in it, but it's what he watched. And I would venture to say, now he did not tell me this. I mean, I met the guy, shook hands, had a photo op, cool. I wonder if I could dig that photo up, but whatever. You can tell that it had to have had a therapeutic nature to what he was doing. You know what I mean?
I just don't think enough people know who Bing West is in general.
Oh, dude. He co-authored The March Up.
But one of the biggest things too is
he's well known.
He was an assistant sec def too.
Yes.
Back in the day for Reagan, just saying. So
yeah, he's got a lot of cool sea stories. We should have him on the show.
Fuck yeah.
That's the other thing.
Assistant Secretary of Defense for International Security Affairs during the Reagan administration.
See, and I didn't put it on here. I guess nowadays guys are taking Kindles overseas. That's fucking crazy. Guys were doing it when, my buddy Chad had a Kindle. I'm still not there yet. I'm still not that guy.
I have one. Well, hold on. No, I don't. I don't have a technical Kindle. I have an Amazon Fire. But it might as well be. Yeah, I love it. I think it's fantastic. I mean, my kids all have well, not all of them. One of them's got a mini iPad. The other ones don't even want an iPad. They just like their phones. But then they have a Chromebook. They each have Chromebooks. Yeah. Because I was able to buy 4 Chromebooks last Christmas for like $600.
Wow.
4 of them, bro.
Nice.
And they're awesome. They're big 15-inch freaking displays. And, my kids just need it for, whatever. And see, here's the thing. So I found out that they're like, basically all of their homework, once they get into middle school, is everything's done on computer. There's no paper books anymore.
Really?
Right. So so they actually give them a Chromebook. So now a lot of school districts are starting where they give them in 7th grade, they give them a Chromebook, and basically they keep it as long as they stay in that school district, they keep it until they graduate.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? But think about how much money. That's actually smart as shit.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Think about how much money a school district could save. Like, that's like kind of a spit in the eye of like McGraw-Hill. Like, fuck you. You're not going to charge me $6,000 per fucking history textbook. You know what I mean? Now, the thing is they do still charge a shit ton for ebooks, but it's not the software. It's not nearly as much. So,
well, because the same
really
effort.
Smart.
That's the funny thing about it. People are like, hey, bro, why am I paying the same amount for an ebook as I would for a print book? And I'm like, what are you talking? The same amount of effort went into producing that book.
Absolutely.
That's
for
it.
Sure.
Well, like, you should pay the same for an audio. It's all the same effort.
Actually, most audio books cost more.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, think about that. If the guy's not reading it himself, he's got to hire somebody to read it. And, money's time.
Right.
Time is money. So it takes a long fucking time to record an audiobook.
Oh, for sure.
And you either have to have the right equipment, you have to have the studio time to do it, or you have to have the right equipment to do it in your house, or you're going to pay somebody like Mike Penny or Bennett Tanton to record that audiobook. That shit takes time.
Right.
And shit, fuck. Anyway.
Well, then.
So I was able to buy those Chromebooks. I did it. So because it's just bottomed out because so many. Now there are some school districts that use Apple as well, but I think our school district went with Chrome, Google.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know what that has to do with deployment, but I guess it does because we were talking about Kindles, and that shit's badass.
Yeah,
I had a laptop. Kindles, or like the readers, like the iPads or things like that. That's like the perfect thing to take on deployment.
Yeah. Well, in the photograph,
because you have your laptop.
Yeah. Well, and
that's kind of pain in the ass, though.
Yeah, but it was way better than on the first deployment because I brought a book of DVDs and then a DVD player.
Right. Oh God, Jesus.
Which was like high speed, low dragon.
And that was high speed, low dragon shit back then.
And then on this deployment, right? Fast forward from 2005 to 2011. On this deployment, my LT was like, nobody's bringing laptops. And I turned around to all of my guys.
He had a fucking laptop, didn't he?
I literally turned around to all my guys and said, disregard that. And if he says anything, it's on me. And everybody brought a laptop. Everybody brought a laptop. And
I can't believe that he would even say that.
And he was fucking pissed. I mean, he was fucking pissed. This was the same guy who told us, the police advisor team, that we will never do foreign weapons. We're never even going to handle foreign weapons when we're overseas. Oh my God. Within the first 10 minutes of setting foot inside of their compound, that's literally all that they showed us was their entire armory. Which, of course, we just took them out of the hooch. That was my prerogative. I wanted to teach them foreign weapons, and I've already shared that story where in the middle of the night, we just snuck out of the hooch, went over to the classroom, and went through foreign weapons so that they could handle them and do everything that they needed to do, and I didn't really give a shit. Fuck you. NJP me. What are you going to do? You're going to take my rank for fucking training guys lawfully? Because I had to show them, my, what do you call it? You're a Marine online. But then when we got overseas, he was so fucking pissed that we all had laptops. But what were we all doing as advisors? We needed to create a training package. Can you imagine trying to create a training package with one fucking laptop for all of those instructors? That would be the dumbest thing in the entire world. So no, we all brought our laptops, and then we all created our own classes, and it was the easiest thing in the world because I put it all on one master thumbstick that was DoD certified, and then brought it into the COC, and we printed one document. I did that 3 times over deployment because all we needed to do was iterate after that once you ran another assessment. So that's why the laptop was key in the picture, and also it had Harman Kardon speakers in it, which were fantastic. And when I got home, I took that into Best Buy for the Geek Squad to clean out, and they put the hose to it, the air hose to it. Oh my God, dude. It just filled the whole room with dust. They were like, what the shit is this, dude? Where the fuck did you come from? Just what the shit? And just sand coming out of the thing. Because,
So what's back by the canteen? I see your radio. Now what did you call those? An ICOM, or was it something else?
No, that's just Black Gear. That's all that is. That's just a Black Gear Motorola handset radio.
Okay. What is What is that behind the cool cigarettes next to the
I gotta zoom in on it.
canteen?
That's either my binos.
Like I'm zoomed in and I can't tell.
Because it's no, that's my hard drive case.
Oh, okay.
That's my hard drive sitting on top of one
it.
another.
Yeah.
I still have that actually.
Jesus Christ,
dude, it's like a scavenger hunting this thing. You guys are gonna have to check.
And is that a can of chair wine there or Coke?
No, that's Coke. But look, it's got the pull tab on it. And
yeah, I see.
And if you notice, I crinkled in the top a little bit because I'm pretty sure that was a spitter. I'm almost.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a spitter. I pretty much
see here.
And what's that chick's name on the Sports Illustrated? Damn it. She's a Brazilian chick. Brazilian.
Ann V. I don't know her last name. Look at that. Look at that fucking Beretta. That thing has seen better days.
Number 16.
I'm gonna hand this back through the window.
Here, let me put. Don't forget your lanyard on that.
Ugh.
Wrap it around yourself so you don't lose it.
When I was a boot, when I was a boot, like this is fucking before deployment, right? H&S Gunnies, 9mm went missing.
Oh my god!
Out on a field op.
That's horrible.
They shut down the entire base.
I know.
No one could go home for like 3-4 days.
Oh my god!
And my unit combed the open desert on a field op that we were already like, maybe another day or two, and we're out.
That's horrible.
And so they immediately called for a resupply because we were going to be out there for God knows how long. Do you know how much tow wire I picked up? We just bundled up tow wire. Well, we were walking on, dude, I'm not joking. We had Marines as far as the eye could see. It literally went from one ridge top all the way over to another ridge top, all the way down Delta Prospect. I'm not kidding. 1,200 men all online. Walking through the fucking desert, dude. I couldn't make that shit up if I tried. It looked like Lawrence of Arabia. That's what it reminded me of. It was just these little brown figures, though. Kind of like trouncing through the desert. It's fucking horrible. It was horrible. And then miraculously, it was, yep, we got it.
Yeah.
Everybody go home.
Fuck you, dude. It was in his ass cheeks. He was trying to fucking smuggle it so he could eBay that motherfucking thing.
Oh, dude. I don't even care. I don't care. Whatever. I went home.
Yeah.
I was like, what the shit is that about? And they're like, shut the fuck up, boot. And then I went home.
And you're, so I see you've got on the M4, you've got the ACOG, got the pack, whatever the fuck, 16.
Got the Magpul angle.
The little Magpul angle fucking, I have one of those on my M4 right now.
Flip up Magpul.
Or my AR variant, shelf back, whatever the fuck. The one I built, I put one of those on the front and it's badass.
Right.
And then is that a flip up sight in the back? Is that one of those Magpul flip up sights behind with that's there for the ACOG that's collapsed down?
Yeah, it's under the ACOG. So
yeah,
if I
so
needed
it's
to rip it
the
off.
backup sight. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have those too.
What do I got? What do I got on the stock there? This is another veteran move. What do you think I got there on the stock? What do you think that is?
What, that tan thing?
Yep.
So like a cheek.
So one of my favorite things to do is put moleskin.
Oh yeah.
Because it, you're sweating balls.
Yeah. Otherwise it's just nasty.
And if you're rocking a beard,
never thought about the moleskin. Moleskin's the shit.
Fuck yeah, it is.
It's got so many uses.
Put moleskin on your buttstock no matter what, even if you're rocking a beard, and you're going to get proper stock weld.
Moleskin, riggers tape, and 550 cord. You can do anything with that.
Pretty much.
You could build a goddamn city out of that.
No, by riggers tape though, you mean electrical tape.
No, I mean like the actual it's not duct tape, it's riggers tape. It's the shit that they use on parachutes and stuff.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The green.
Yep.
They've got it I think they have an FDA now or FDE now, the flat dark earth, and the OD green.
Yeah.
I don't know what other colors, but anyway, it's not duct tape. It's not riggers. It's not. It's riggers tape.
Yeah. See, I was
So much
real.
better.
I'm a huge fan of electrical tape, which if you see, I've got electrical tape on the cap of my, I think that's electrical tape. It's not just black. No, that is black. I had a canteen where I wrapped electrical tape around it. Because that's one of the things that I would do. Not around the magazines and stuff like that, but around some of the frags. I'd put an extra thing of electrical tape and then 550 cord on either side. So that I could pull that boom boom ball out, with my...
See, the problem is with riggers or electrical tape, you can, if it gets too hot,
it'll melt to it, yeah.
Yeah, it melts and it gets gooey and nasty. And see, riggers tape doesn't really do that.
Well, and the other reason why I always use the electrical tape is because if we ever took a detainee, and I just started doing this in Ramadi, we'd flexi cuff them, and then if they were going in the back of the truck, we would electrical tape their wrists as well. Which, if you're going to bind someone, if you're just going to tie somebody up, go with electrical tape over duct tape. Because you stretch and tie and everything else, and it holds together. And so that's what we would use for detainees every once in a while, which was okay. I mean, that was allowed. You were just trying to restrain an individual. You weren't trying to do anything weird. But yeah.
We weren't trying to do anything weird.
What? You got a personnel
No big
confinement.
Whoop. No big whoop. Nothing weird.
Just around the ankles, around the wrists. Toss that fucker up in the bed of the high back. You're fine. Bag, tag, go. You know what I'm talking about. Raid that shit. I'll tell you what sucks. They stopped letting us put sandbags over the head, which I thought was a fine practice. I thought that was okay. If you're asking me whether I get the goggles or sandbag, well, I would rather have a sandbag over the head than goggles. I'm just saying. But I think some guys were putting the sandbag over and then wrapping some duct tape around the deck.
Well, that's you could kill them.
Right, exactly. That's not
authorized. Hey, those sandbags don't breathe. Just saying.
Yeah, they do. They're fine.
Well,
I've had a sandbag over my head before.
Yeah, but I'm saying now with duct tape wrapped around your fucking head.
Yeah, no, that's the duct tape.
That's bad. That's all bad. You might as well put a plastic bag over your fucking head.
Yeah, there's really no
duct tape the neck.
There's no SOP for putting a sandbag on somebody's head. I mean, tie the strings.
Yeah, but don't Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, maybe the goggles make sense all of a sudden. I don't know.
Fuck it all. Fuck it.
Yeah,
let them see. Just let him see it.
No.
I want to fucking eye fuck that guy right in his face.
One of the
eyes.
We stopped doing
Scare
it.
the balls off of him.
Well, and oh yeah, dude, we would rack a pistol and order a Happy Meal and shit like that. You just start screaming anything. They have no idea what the fuck you're saying. This cocksucker blew up one of your buddies a week prior. You're shh. I want a fucking Happy Meal right now. 4-piece nugget. Fuck you, asshole. And they're just like, what? Freaking out. But see, you go too far and then they're going to wet themselves and you got to clean out the back of the high back. I mean, that's a dangerous game. It's one of those things. It's all right. We never put a round in the chamber. It's okay. It's all right.
So it's okay, Colonel West.
It's all right, Abdullah. You're going to be all right. You're going to be fine.
No need to tap the round off next to his head.
Right.
Okay.
We don't need to we don't need to do that. That's
all right.
That's a little bit far. That's going
got that bitch to fucking sing like a canary.
One of the things that we did early into play, it was only the first month we were there in Ramadi on the first go around and I think it was during the RIP. The last unit would detain somebody so they wouldn't roll around to the high back the way that we would roll around. That was the one thing that was different from our unit than theirs, which might have been a bad SOP, I don't know. But Weapons Company always went out with a high back. At least that's how it was in Cat Red. And there was a time where we went and did a raid and we grabbed a guy. They called him a PUC, personnel under confinement. This was before we had detainees. And what is the difference in between questioning someone and now they're a detainee, they're under confinement, now you're interrogating That's somebody else's job, right? So now you had to play that fucking game. Yeah, in the beginning, you just kind of like, wrapped electrical tape around their wrists and ankles, maybe flexi cuffed them if we had that, sandbag over the head, and then throw them in the back of your gun truck, which is, I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, there's a cooler up against the rear armor window. There's always a cooler, so you've got water and chow and shit like that. So basically, water, chow up near the cab of the truck. Everything else is ammo. And maybe like rockets and shit. Whatever you don't necessarily need is near the tail portion of it. So, I mean, you're hogtied in the back of a goddamn gun truck bouncing around on top of ammo cans with a fucking sandbag over your head. It's like 120 degrees outside. I mean, that's fucking crazy, And it stinks to high heaven when you pull that fucker out of there.
Definitely
it smells
not definitely not the most comfortable position.
No. We weren't always going straight RTB after that. We were not gonna go home right after we grabbed that motherfucker. We had other shit to do. We grabbed you along the way, asshole. What'd you shoot at us? And then that. It's whatever. These guys gotta check out the deployment starter set. You gotta see what we were talking about on here. Do the scavenger hunt along with us. Follow along at home. Sorry, guys. If you're in traffic right now, don't look at your cell phone. But, if you're just doing TPS reports, fuck it.
We have used that picture as art on episode art.
We have.
As the cover.
No. Don't tell them. They're going to have to answer in the comments section. You're going to have to figure out where we use that. See what I did there? Yoink, pulled the rug. It's a fucking scavenger hunt.
Figure it out.
There you go. Hey, folks, keep following us on social media at Cigars and Sea. Listen, share, comment. We do appreciate your 5-star reviews. Thank you so much. Huge thank you to our sponsors. They're all fellow veteran-owned businesses. We work together in some capacity. That is why they are our sponsors. We collaborate with one another. Huge thank you to Spartan Media. Thank you to veteranslist.us. You can get a featured image by entering discount code Cigars and Sea. And of course, the Heroes Media Group. They do a variety of things for us. Get in touch with us and we'll share contact info. I mean, that's what we do. Hooking up fellow business leaders, stuff like that. Check out 5paragraph.com. 5-paragraph business plan is going to be out very, very soon, putting the finishing touches on that. You can see all the 5-paragraph stuff at 5paragraph.com. Thank you so much for listening to Cigars and Sea Stories. Bennett, I love your body, bro. Bennett got a haircut today, people.
You're wicked gay.
I know. And on that note, we cue the music.
I will flag up front to every breeze, from dawn to setting sun.